what's up? It's Justine, and I got a request to do a video on how I make my concept maps that I showed in I think 2 of my videos, and so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I just wanted to film this short intro to let you guys know, what did I want to tell you? I guess I just wanted to say why I love concept maps so much. They're basically awesome. You have all of your information on a specific subject. Say, example, pneumonia. You have all of your subject, all of the information, say in your 12-page PowerPoint or your 30-page textbook, whatever. You have it all in one place, and I guess depending on the way you map it out, like, I'm very visual, you guys know that, so if you're a visual person as well, you'll make it in a way that visually appeals to you, I guess. Everyone's different, everyone learns differently, but concept maps are awesome for visual learners. Just the way you organize your ideas is personalized to you, how you want to learn, and how you learn best, and yeah, it's just an awesome way to put all that information into one place and really make it, I guess, make sense. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so the first type of concept map that I'm going to be showing you guys is this type here that I use for diagnoses. Here, let me focus that in. Okay, and that's as good as it's gonna get. Sorry. Okay, so this is for diagnoses. Now, this is a book that I made for my licensing exam. I think I talked about it before, and it's full of concept maps. So I'm going to show you how I went about to make these. So first, you're going to need a bunch of colored pencils if you enjoy that. You guys know I do. And I'm also going to use a black pen, a highlighter, and a red pen to mark anything important. I might not use it in here, but I did use it in my concept map, and it is a good thing to have with you. So we're going to start off. So the first thing that I do is write the subject. So how am I going to do this? Okay, let's go with the colors. So I'm going to write here, the first thing is the subject. Okay, so for example, I'm just gonna write under here, we're gonna do CHF, since that's the one that I have here. Now, the next thing that I do is I go ahead and write my risk factors. And I write them in the top left with an arrow. So the risk factors lead to the subject. And then on the top left, I'm going to go ahead and write my complications. Now, I don't always do it this way. It really varies from map to map, depending on the subject, depending on what I have to write about it. I mean, what I have to write, and how much information there is, and then if there's multiple types and things like that. But for the most part, this is the skeleton, I guess, that I use. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and write in my types if I have different types. So here for CHF, we have right-sided and left-sided. So I'm going to go type 1, okay, and type 2. So I'm just going to write here we have right-sided CHF and left-sided CHF. Okay, that. And then under it, well, in the type box, I'll usually write out my patho, so I can understand both and understand the difference between the multiple types within the disease process. Next, I will go ahead and write out my symptoms. That's obviously very important. So here we go, symptoms. Okay, and then I don't always do this, but in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and write the drug therapy. Oops, therapy, oh, I can't spell. And you can either do this, you can do like 2 arrows, 1 drug therapy, 1 here and 1 here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and combine them, and I'll specify which one is for which in the actual box. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is write out my diagnosis. So how do we diagnose CHF? Okay, and it's a pretty basic one. Right here. And then the last but not least part is, what color should I take? Oh my god, I ran out. Okay, blue. I'm gonna write out my nursing implications. Okay, and under this section, I usually add obviously any monitoring that I need to do, any assessments, and then you can go ahead and link the nursing implications to the drug therapy. You can put it here in the middle. Honestly, you do whatever you want, whatever works best for you. And then the last part is the teaching. Now teaching I could add to the nursing implications, but usually if there's a lot of teaching involved, I'll make it its own category. So teaching, and then I have 1 section on teaching for the patient, and then 1 section on teaching for the family. And then teaching goes from nursing implications. So this is the very, very basic skeleton of my concept maps. Honestly, oftentimes it gets like jumbled up. I'll show you guys a few examples after, but sometimes the subject will be in the middle and then it'll just be like all around, or sometimes there's some other categories. I'm trying to look here. Do I have anything different? Oh, prevention could be one. You can add, honestly, you add whatever you want. It's your map. Different colors. You can go ahead and highlight and the important stuff. You can write in red. What I'll often do is I'll type it up on the computer, my concept map, and then I'll print it. And as you can see here, I added a bunch of extra notes. And then in red, I'll write what's super important. I'll add some images. I forgot to mention that here. I have some space left. So I'll add some images, either about the patho, about the symptoms. There's some great like comics, is that what it's called? Like drawings about the symptoms, anything about the drug therapy, anything just like little aids to help you remember your information. The next type of concept maps that I make regard just regular notes that I have for class. So say I'll study, I think I talked about this in my how I take notes video, and then while I'm approaching the end of my studying, I like making concept maps to just put everything together, and just writing it out a 2nd or 3rd time helps me really remember all the material. So for example, honestly there's no like skeleton or type, like these are 3 examples. I'll show them after, like in detail. But for example, this is one I made for my research class. So the 3 types of, here, 2 types of research, quantitative, qualitative, and then I went ahead and subdivided into groups. I color-coded. I added another part here on data collection. Again, I color-coded, put different, like, shapes, or I'm not sure how you call those. That's for that. Here, this is my learning class. So these are the 10 processes of change. And then I just wrote in different colors all the different types. And then I explained a little bit what each of them was. And then here, the last one is, this was for my physiology class. And so this one I divided into 2. I have the 2 types of immune responses, so innate and adaptive. And then I wrote out like the headers, I guess, in the color, and then I just wrote out all the information just in regular pen. I added like little drawings. I probably should have added more, but honestly this is like super personalized. You can do whatever you want with this, whatever helps you learn best, whatever works for you. It was at least a little bit helpful to you guys. I tried to really like show you the real process. Obviously not all my concept maps, as I think you saw, look like the way that I outlined like for the diagnoses map. Obviously it depends on the diagnoses, how much information, what information I have to put, but that's really like the basic idea. You personalize however you want it. You can type it up, you can write it on a piece of paper. It's really personalized to your personal preference, and I think I've said personal like 10 million times, but that's okay because it's true. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.